All right, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning. Whenever it is you tune in, hope all is going well, or at least you're doing better. If you're a fan just as like us, well, you can sit right back here and let something else take over your mind for a little bit as we discuss our brackets for the ATV Offroad Fury series. Um, as we get into this, I'm going to start shuffling up these things. That way, you guys let yourself know that this is randomized and we're not trying to predetermine any matchups ahead of time. Trey, you are not familiar with this series beforehand. You might have played the second game as a kid, but what did you think of the soundtracks of these ones overall, looking back?
Um, Pretty diverse. As you all know, I am a huge hip hop fan. So, well, it varies. It can go from that to love music to a mix of both. It's just it's a variety of everything in that 37-hour playlist that I have. But I
Just don't
wasn't.
sleep to it.
Yeah, just don't sleep to it. I'm telling you, not gonna have a great night. Um, but it was pretty diverse, pretty. It connects to its players. I don't know why I was about to say viewers, but its players. I didn't think I would like rock a lot, because I don't really listen to a lot of it, and most of the time when I end up listening to something like it, it's off of like a movie or something. But I listened to these three songs, and I actually kind of liked it. I liked it. And I if because I told Noah, I was like, if I was to give just the entire soundtrack, like of all three, a rank all together, I would probably give it like a solid 8.5, 9. Because it was just that good. I didn't expect it, and I didn't expect to enjoy it as much as I did.
And that's refreshing, coming from someone that like grew up with this series and like you have no attachment to it. You don't have a nostalgic, rose-colored glasses viewpoint on this. So the fact that it still holds up right now is what surprises me the most. Is that like, hey, I can still bring a newcomer into the series, and they will still like it just as much. So I'm really proud of this series, especially for its soundtrack. All right, I'm done. Yeah, let's get a few more. All right, I'm done. So let's kick this off with the tournament. Go ahead and close this out. Oh, all right, hang on. Here's the show round titles. So don't care about yeah, don't care about the C's, don't care about that, don't care about that. About that. Don't care about that. All right. Now we'll do this. All right, so now we have Fish Bowl by Straw Horse versus Parade by Garbage. First one up against the second one.
That is just too great. Like, I like how those names kind of ended up next to each other. You got Garbage, and then the guy who made it, and then the name of the other song is Fishbowl. And we all know fishbowls most of the time aren't that clean, unless you have a fish and you clean it monthly, daily, weekly, however y'all fish owners do that. Um, so I did listen to both of these. Um, I'm trying to think or remember which one had me rocking my head harder.
Parade is a slower song.
Yeah.
So out of that, it's likely going to be Fishbowl, but that's not to devalue Parade because
Yeah.
Parade's something where it's like it took a while for me to like really enjoy that one too. Um,
I kind of,
so I'd actually lean towards Parade here
yeah,
personally.
because I like both songs when I first listened to them, because I gave every single song that I was able to listen to. I gave them both at least. I listened to them at least twice. I know I listened to a couple like 3 times, but I listened to at least all these songs at least twice. So, because to be honest, it is a lot of songs like Fishbowl in this game series, but they're all kind of different in their own way. But Parade
Right.
is like Parade is it kind of touches you more, or if you listen to that type of music, it would kind of you know connect with you more than Fishbowl would. But
Sure.
yeah. But if I had to go for my personal preference, I'll probably go Parade. I'll probably go Parade.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. It's like you said, it adds a good variety, even if it still kind of like classifies under like some sort of like soft rock or whatever. I don't know what genre this is, but it's good. It's
I mean, you
it's
could count.
it's
You could,
definitely not who their artist says.
yeah.
it's
Oh,
it's definitely
yeah,
not
yeah.
actual garbage.
I mean, you could count it as soft rock, but you could. I mean, if it was like, if you were just nitpicking, I guess you could kind of put that in, the slower type of music that it kind of is. But there's a lot of soft rock songs, so I guess you could put that right there.
So yeah. Now we have Stereo Mud with Don't Be Afraid versus Jurassic 5 with What's Golden. Ooh.
Hmm.
I had a late appreciation for Don't Be Afraid recently, but I had never forgot What's Golden. This is both from the second game.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I was listening to this while playing Madden. Both of these, a pretty tight matchup. Um, which one?
I Now we do have to recap and just kind of reconsider like, all right, well, what fits the game better?
Yeah, that too. Because I was about to say that with
Like
the
to
first
go
one.
along with personal preference.
Yeah, because we kind of have to remember we
Because
have to
I
choose
love
it.
What's Golden. I love what it did, as an introduction for hip hop, especially with how good that song is. It's not the norm, though. I don't know if I'd want it to be because there's not a whole lot of stuff that's like this. There's more stuff in this game series or in the franchise and stuff moving forward that'll sound more like Don't Be Afraid. But because of that, I don't know if we're gonna have a hard time splitting hairs between or like within the genre.
So both of these songs kind of they fit the game well. Let's get that straight. They fit the game well. Um, as if you know what the game we're talking about is, or if you played the game before, it's kind of like it's very an exciting game. It's not one of those slower type of see what happened games, or find out what happens. Like it's a dirt bike game. It involves dirt bikes. It's a dirt bike game. So they both kind of fit that kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Hmm. Fast.
The atmosphere.
Yeah, that. But like fast, kind of great aesthetic atmosphere that you would want in this type of game, or if you were like actually at a dirt bike show or something like that. But for me, I would probably have to go with What's Golden.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you for that. Hmm. I'm just gonna pull something else up outside of that. I'm trying to get the our own personal playlist back up. Got to do that before. Um, because I don't know if I want to save something. I think. Hmm. I think I'm gonna agree. I think I'm gonna go with What's Golden as well. But don't be afraid. I wouldn't sleep on this one at all.
They're
So
both two
yeah, I'm
really
good
good
to let
songs.
that go.
They're both two pretty
What'd you
good
say?
songs. Give it that.
Oh yeah. All right, now we have I want to say Dead Z with the Key to Gramercy Park versus Primus. Jerry was a race car driver.
Jerry was a rich car driver. I love that song. That was one of my favorites off of just any of the playlists. Not saying now I like the Key to Gramercy Park. I kind of that was like because that was off of the first game if I
Second
remember.
one.
Yeah, second game. But it was kind of like one
Primus
of
was the first one.
yeah. Oh yeah, Jerry was race car driver was off of the first one. I remember that. But Gramercy, that was one of the first songs that played off of the playlist that you had sent me on the second game. I enjoyed both, but Jerry was a race car driver. Kind of, it was like songs actually like pretty nice, and it's actually kind of pretty silly too. I kind of like it, but yeah.
Do you know anything about Primus?
No, actually, that was actually the first song I've ever heard from him.
Okay, so Primus is composed of 3 people. The singer is also the bass player. That's
Oh,
Les Claypool, one of the best bass players ever. Um, I'm gonna let you know how good he is because he once auditioned for Metallica, and they canceled his audition because he was overqualified.
oh,
They're like, "I'm sorry, you're just too good for us. Like, we need someone that's gonna fit into our mold a little bit more." Um, so yeah, they're both fantastic. If you want more Primus, this is funk metal, all right, and they're pretty much the only band that does it. They were like awesome in the '90s. They're still kicking around. They just made music recently. Um, I don't know if it's as good as the stuff in the past, but if you want like a full on like an album version of this, I would say they have an album called Pork Soda.
hmm. That's it's a nice name. I give it that. That's a
Well, Railroad's Race Car Driver is off of their first album called Sailing the Seas of Cheese.
where
They
they come.
take their music seriously. Everything else they do not take seriously. Like,
Where are they
so
coming up
yeah, if you
with?
want more Primus, and I'm gonna agree here, my only problem with this is that I want this to be in another racing game where like you actually have a race car, like not an ATV. But I appreciate the thought. I with Dead Z 2, not to forget about them. They, I think they're still kind of making music too in some way. I was listening to them. I think they had a release like 2 years ago. They still sound pretty good. I did listen to their cover of Tom Sawyer by Rush, and that one actually was a pretty good cover. I wasn't giving their drummer that much credit, but like, yeah, he kept up with them. Anyways, yeah, Primus, I'd say love them. If you want a more in-depth sound, listen to Pork Soda. It's fantastic. Um, and that'll continue. All right. So now we have Keith Urban with Roller Coaster versus Future Leaders of the World with Make You Believe. Both from the third game.
Hmm.
Roller Coaster is one of those instrumentals.
You know, you know, I was gonna say that, but you know how we are with instrumentals, and it just has to be like one of those goats to kind of make it through. And I never really believed, and I don't know if you're on this boat with me, but I never really believed in having an instrumental on a video game, unless it was like on the cover screen, like when you first load up the game. But like during the game, when like you're playing it, I never really believed in having an instrumental on the game. unless it was like strictly for like just straight up when you load the game in. Other than that, I don't really see the point of having an instrumental in there. Because I would like, what are you listening to? You're just gonna end up skipping it again because you're like, wait, like I'm literally like just listening to straight music. Like I'm like no one's saying anything. It's like just straight music. So it's a good instrumental overall. I like the beat of it, but it's just like I can't really say that's better than Make You Believe because one, it doesn't really fit the game, and two, it's just I don't really get why they would what's the point of having an instrumental on a video game?
This is where experience of the game helps. I was one of those for a while that like I would agree. I would understand like not needing a reason to listen to this one as kind of like a checkpoint or a loading screen in between the other songs I want to listen to. Um, but there's still a lot of people that have an enjoyment out of this song specifically. And it might not like win the entire thing, but I still respect it for the diversity that it brung. Now, other people have like memories of this song playing in the background while they cruised around on like a farm setting. And at that point, like, yeah, it matches the song, it matches the game perfectly. It matches your environment, everything. If you're in like a supercross race with this one, it doesn't seem like it's going to work all that well, but that's where the other songs come into play. This is where, like you have a pretty decent sized list. It's like 36 plus songs in the third game overall. And everyone has a role, right? They're not trying to fulfill the same song. They're not trying to fulfill the same purpose. Um, and that goes for other things too, like not just specifically roller coaster, because I'm enjoying it now, and maybe it maybe all I needed was like 19 years to realize that. But I would say just barely. It Make You Believe beats out roller coaster here, and that's you might find that surprising, but
I mean, not really,
I
because
still
like
appreciate its inclusion.
yeah, like I'm not like it's still a pretty good instrumental. Like I love the beat of it, but it's just like I can't really let that go through when it's like I wouldn't listen to this on the game. Like if I was just that type of person, just like listen to the only songs that like play on the game, I would probably end up skipping that just because it's like it's not hyping me up or anything. Like I'm just listening to it, And not saying I don't listen to instrumentals sometimes, but it's just like why is that there?
I know why, but like I said, it took a little bit. All right. So now we have Ultra Spank with Crumble versus Spider Bait with Cows.
If I'm mistaken, one of these came out the second game. Or am I no?
This one's from the first one. This one's from the third.
Let me see if I remember. Oh, that's the song That's what I remember from Crumble from. So cows. It wasn't really one of my favorites. I'll tell you that it wasn't really one of my favorites. Crumble, was in my top five or well, top 6, 7 for the first one. So I'll probably go with Crumble.
I, for the life of me, kind of thought that Cows was Roller Coaster. Like I don't know why, but I thought I didn't, because you're just listening to the thing. You're not like fully paying attention to like the jukebox thing that's like it popping up on the screen, like if you're in the middle of a race or something, or
Yeah.
you're in like in free ride mode. Like you just kind of don't pay attention to it. You just kind of You just play the game and then they'll just help you out with the soundtrack. So when I went back, I was like, oh, that wasn't that song. Because I remember Keith Urban being like more of a country singer and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just see cows here. I'm like, this has nothing to do with the actual song. But I dig this one as well. Again, kind of a late bloomer for me to really enjoy this. There are plenty of other songs that kind of sound similar to this. We'll get to another one later on. But yeah, this one was okay. I will say a Crumble kind of worked for me a little bit better though. So I'm gonna let that go through. All right. Now we have Chevelle with Tug of War versus Bender with Isolate.
Isolate.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember listening to this. Because this was like I listened to the first two playlists like just straight up. Like I didn't even take a pause throughout it. I was just let me just go ahead and finish these first two. Um, I don't know. This Isolate right here is kind of like one of those songs where I can literally just vibe out to. Like I don't have to be doing anything, Like you people have those songs, and I don't know if you do, but like I kind of have those songs where I can literally like just turn on the speaker, put my earbuds in, or like just play them off my phone, and like I can just vibe to it. And Isolate kind of does that for me. Tug of War is a pretty good song, but Isolate is that song right there. I can just vibe to without any hesitation.
Well, that's really interesting
Yeah.
because Tug of War does the same exact thing for me. So now it's going back to like, all right, well, which one fit the game?
They both pretty fit the game, but if you wanted to just say which one fit the game more, it'd probably be Tug of War. Not a whole bunch, but it like just a tad bit. It'd probably be Tug of War that fit the game more, or at
I
least the
would,
style of the game.
I, I have so much fun just kind of like going off of going down a ramp, going off of a big jump right when their singer's going the lost inspiration.
That would
This
probably
seems so fun, you know. Like Isolate, I I I'm gonna be honest, never played the first game, but I'm not gonna let that you know negate its chances of winning here. Um, if you are okay with Tug of War going on, and I'll let you save this one on your playlist.
Oh yeah, most definitely save Isolate.
All right, so let's go ahead and do that. I was looking up because I wanted to figure out a little bit more about Bender, and I read an article of them. I'm trying to get it up again because they pretty much picked the name Bender out of a hat, like quite literally.
Oh,
Um, trying to see. Oh, come on now. Sorry, I'm just because I do know that they have Isolate and then they have Superfly, and I think Superfly was what got them big, but then it was Isolate that they really loved as a band too. I just know that there was like really funny options for them to go as a band name, and I can't for whatever reason find that article that I saw. Oh, maybe it's this. Oh, come on now. Sorry, I'm just kind of doing all this off camera, but it's really hard because there's so many things that are also named Bender. But come on, give me the crap. I can't find it. But yeah, they had some really weird options for what they wanted to go with. Anyways, I have it saved up for you there. We're gonna let Tug of War duke it out later on. All right, so now we have Systematic with Thick Skin versus Coheed and Cambria with a favor House Atlantic.
Okay, these are kind of like a tie for me. How, I don't know, but they kind of are. So I kind of want to hear you on this one first.
Only one of these songs gets stuck in my head more often than the other one. Which one do you think it is?
House Atlantic.
Yeah,
Yeah, I knew it.
it's not even close.
Yeah.
Have you because there's a couple of songs that have music videos in the game that you can unlock with like in-game currency. This was not one of them, but I did like looking up their music video for this one. And it also let me know that the singer is just this big guy at the top with like really long wavy hair, kind of like Mac Hollins type of hair. Just really fuzzy white guy, just and like he's just belting out this like really high pitched voice. I'm like, I was not expecting that. I don't know what I was expecting the singer to look like, but it certainly wasn't him. Now with
Hmm.
Thick Skin, um, it to me just kind of gets lost in the shuffle with other better songs from the second game for me. Nothing wrong with this one, but it's just if I want a good rock song, I would have had a better chance with "Don't Be Afraid" than Thick Skin, and nobody even saved that one.
True.
So I'm gonna go with Favorite House Atlanta. All right. Now we have Kill Radio, Do You Know, or Life in Your Back versus Filter, So I Quit. Now, Do You Know is one of the songs that you can unlock their music video for. And Filter with So I Quit is the trailers or like the intro song for the second game. It's not technically listed in the like the menu music as like a jukebox thing, but everyone includes it in the song. It's a full-fledged song. I'm going to include it here. I think it has a good chance of winning the bracket, so I let it go on here. But does it beat this one though? I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Mm. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of take this into consideration that I was listening to So I Quit while being a little upset. Something had upset me at the time. So I will say that. I'm gonna take that into consideration. Because gotta do that. But for me, it probably would be Do You Know? Oh no. It's kind of a harder one than I expected.
Have you seen the music video for this one?
No.
So I like I said, I unlocked it in the game. And basically, what it is it's the singer that's acting as a teacher and has like students in a classroom. The students aren't doing anything. Like they're not even moving. They're not really blinking. They're just kind of like sitting there looking forward as like NPCs would in a video game. And he's just going down each aisle and just getting real up close in their face and just like screaming out his lyrics right in front, like right next to these kids' ears, and they are not flinching at all.
That's some good acting. That's some great acting.
I just like the idea of like a teacher just flipping out in his classroom and there's nothing that's happening. That's like everyone's silent and he's just going, "Do you care?"
I ain't
So
gonna
yeah, I
lie.
have a lot of fun with this one. Um, so I Quit is also a really great song, especially if you're like, you're trying to get your rage out of your body. This is definitely one of those songs that does it. But you can't listen to it in the game, unfortunately.
That's the tragic part. Wait, you can't?
Like I said, it's the intro, but that's it. That's the only where you can. That's the only spot you can find the song. And
So
it's not
you
even its complete form.
so you have to load the game up and then not click any buttons just so you could listen to what half of it.
Yeah, like 30 seconds maybe.
Wow. Usually you see a lot of cover songs. Usually, like they be in the game, they're just like not one of the first songs, or they're like the actual first song that goes on during the playlist. I've never seen, or I rarely see like songs on the cover that aren't included in the game.
It's really weird, but I mean, you take it out of that experience and then you just listen to it as a whole. I kind of understand why they couldn't put the whole song in there because the intro and then like the breakdown, it's it wouldn't make the game easy for everyone. I'll just say that. But I'm okay with letting this one go though.
Yeah, knife talk, well, knife in your back. They win that for us.
There's also a part in the music video where he was like helping a kid figure out like where to place a knife in someone else's back. I don't know. You gotta watch it afterwards because it's really cool. And what's unfortunate though is that the singer he doesn't like the fact that this is like the only song. Like he doesn't like the fact that they're a one hit wonder from this.
Why?
He's upset that people aren't giving his other music a chance, and that because this game and this song in particular got popular by that game, um,
They're
he just
kind
doesn't
of
like how restricted his fan base got because of that. And as a result, there was like an acoustic release of the song that then came out a couple years ago. And I'm like, dude, you said you don't like the fact that you're only this knife in your back band, but releasing an acoustic version of the song years later doesn't help your case, especially when the acoustic version doesn't sound half as good when you kind of scale back the aggression. Like he didn't even sing differently in that version. I'm like, you at least got to try that. There's a couple of other like acoustic versions of songs where I'm like, all right, yeah, the singer obviously can't stay in that kind of punk rock voice, so he has to scale it down with the music. But this one just doesn't work. So I gotta say that, but the the original song, the song we all know and love, that's gone through. All right, now we have Soulfly with Defeat You versus Red Tape with Golden.
golden, golden. I the feature kind of. It's probably one of those songs to where it's like I like it, but I'm not gonna really like it until I listen to it a couple more times. Golden was kind of just one of those songs where just it kind of it got me to like it the first time I heard it, and then I liked it even more the second time I heard it. So I was like, you know what? Whatever. I mean, unless it just goes up against like one of the other songs that I've been thinking about, like that's in like my top five in each of the games. It's kind of like, well, I mean, for me, I think Golden can make it to round three. To be honest, it just depends on what song it gets matched up against.
Yeah. What's kind of unfortunate is that Defeat You goes in the game as an instrumental,
Yeah.
but that's obviously there's more to this song, so that doesn't really help your chance either. Like what we said before, like I understand with Defeat You saying like, hey, I don't understand why this is in the game when first off you have a good chunk of songs already that sound like this, and you can tell that it's like missing something. Roller Coaster, you can listen to that one. I don't feel like anything else is missing out of that. And that's why I think it works as an instrumental in the game. Defeat You, let's just say that I'm going to go with Golden White with you. So it's kind of unfortunate, but that's how it goes here. All right, now we got Alice in Chains with Them Bones versus 18 Visions Waiting for the Heavens.
Hmm. It's like easy but hard at the same time. I'm gonna go with them bones. I'm gonna go with them bones.
It's 18 Visions is found in the fourth game, which, if you're wondering why we haven't talked about it yet, it's because I can't fit more than 64 songs in a bracket, and putting the first three together already put me at over 64. So I had to scale some of these back, which means that the fourth one might be covered eventually later. But I'll have to see what else is there. I have to listen to it again a little bit more during that because it's also a pretty big, hefty playlist. But yeah, Them Bones. It's also found in, I want to say, like Madden 10. It's found in a Guitar Hero game. I think it's the second one. Like this song travels, and it pretty much fits anything it's a part of. So hard to deny that one. All right, so now we have Straw Horse with Atlanta versus Borealis with Mightier Than the Sword. Atlanta was the intro music for the first game, and that one you can find in the game.
Mm. Okay, so Atlanta was actually a song that I didn't like at first when I first listened to it, but I liked it more the second time I listened to it. Same goes for Mightier Than the Sword. Um, to me, it doesn't really matter which one goes through because they're both good songs to me, and I can't really like kind of choose which one is better. So no, this is one where I'm just gonna I'll let you have control of both of these songs' destinies.
All right then. Hmm. I have more instances with Mightier Than the Sword being stuck in my head, um, than I do with Atlanta. It's so weird because of like obviously the name of the city and the rest of the things that we do on this channel. I don't like the notion of eliminating Atlanta out of the first round of anything. you
Yeah.
know, that's kind of like the only other mental block that I'm doing with. But the other reason as to why I can't do it is, like I said, it introduced you to the first game, which everyone loves still. But Mighty and the Sword, Borealis killed it here too. Like,
That's why it's kind of hard for me to like choose which one is like better, Like But like then again, like you said, like I don't feel comfortable with deleting Atlanta out on the first round because it's better than a first round song. Well, an eliminated first round song, you know. You want to go with Atlanta?
I think so. It's just a matter of, do I want to save my hidden sword?
Yeah.
Probably not. All right. Well, that goes through. Oh, it's a squeeze. Okay. Now we have Boss Martians with Opportunistic Girl versus Robert Randolph and the Family Band with Squeeze. This is another like 5.5 minute like jazz, not jazz, but like kind of soul instrumental. I want to say. What would you consider it?
I remember. I think I skipped Squeeze. I'm pretty sure I did. I think that was like one of the only songs where I was like, I just can't do it, and I don't know why. I don't know why, but it's just like that might have been the first one that I think I skipped.
Well, it seems like Opportunistic Girl is gonna win. Squeeze is really not that bad, um, but it is a bit of a commitment to listen to the entire way. It's not. It doesn't seem really all that long, especially when you're in the game playing it. But I do like Opportunistic Girl a bit better. Just kind of
Yeah,
makes me move around a little bit better.
yeah.
All right, now we have Bootsy Collins versus DMAUB with Wild Ride versus Crossfade with So Far Away. This is incredibly easy for me.
Mm, I'll probably go So Far Away.
I will say that I've seen like comments of this one of people that like kept restarting it just so that they can hear the opening. Yeah. I don't know why. It just hits different. Like but this also goes back to what I said about like I kind of have a weird time listening to a song that's about what I'm playing.
You know, does it feel like Wild Ride tried too hard to try to like make it about something you were playing?
It really did. Um
Because we said
so
that
it
a
didn't really
lot.
give me a connection with it.
Yeah, because we said that about a couple of songs during Madden.
Plus it's so long. It like I think it's only like 4 minutes or something. Yeah,
It
almost
was like,
5 minute long song, and it feels every bit of 5 minutes.
yeah, I think it was like
There's like a
420.
couple of solos in here too. Like, yeah, that's all fun and dandy, but I
I think it was like 422 or like somewhere.
I'm looking at it right now. It's 4:54,
Oh,
and then Squeeze with Robert Randolph in the band. That was almost 6 minutes. So yeah, definitely the more lengthy songs in that playlist. But yeah, we'll go with So Far Away. This Crossfade song, that and another one that I found in another game was one of the few albums I bought just off of what I heard in the games. And that album still is pretty good. So we're gonna let that go. All right, now we have Logan 7 with Boom Shakalaka versus Ween with It's Gonna Be a Long Night.
mm, mm, boom shakalaka.
I am so glad you agree.
I don't know why that took me so long to decide on. I don't know why.
This is one of those songs that got in people's heads, and no matter what, you could have lived your life for the next 10, 15, 20 years at this point, and people came back to this song and were like, that's where I kept hearing the boom shaka laka laka boom shaka laka laka boom shaka laka. I'm telling you, you're gonna have this song. If you listen to it once, you're gonna have the song stuck in your head for the next like 10 years. Like, but it's fun too, and it's so weird how this is like one of the weirdest songs out of the entire second game, and it fits in like a glove at the same time.
You know, I think we need some of those songs. You know, Wish Like was kind of. It was like it was a good song. But it was kind of funny too. Like that was. I kind of like how songs. You know, some songs are like hey, they have that kind of funny factor that could not I wouldn't say comedian factor, but they kind of have like that. It make you laugh a couple of times listening to it.
Yeah, this one just does it for me. I All right. So now we have Head On with Nice to Meet You versus Strung Out with Mephisto.
Mephisto.
Yeah, Strung Out has been a band that's stuck around in the series. They have another one. They have another release in the MX vs ATV Unleashed playlist. So they'll have other songs in here. They have another song in here too. With I want to say Crawl, or am I getting that confused with something else? I don't know. For whatever reason, the first game had like 2 Bender songs, 2 Strung Out songs, 2 where is it? Ultra Spank songs, 2 Straw Horse songs. Like, if they liked a song, they're probably gonna like another one from the same from the same record. Um, so because of me not playing the first one, but me still being familiar with Strung Out, I still get like Nice to Meet You a little bit in my head more, but I'm completely fine with letting Mephisto continue too, because
I mean, they're both good songs. Very good
right,
songs.
I'm gonna let Mephisto go because
Do
I'm gonna
you
get
feel like
more. Go ahead.
Do you feel like if Nice to Meet You went it up against like another song, it'd probably make it around too?
Which one?
Um,
Because I do think that, but it's just
maybe So I Quit, Defeat You, Thick
I don't
Skin.
think it would be. I don't think it would beat. So I quit. It might beat Thick Skin. It wouldn't beat Don't Be Afraid either.
Yeah, no.
So yeah. All right. Now we have Cypress Hill with Amplified versus Future Leaders of the World with Kill Pop.
I'm gonna go with Amplified here. Kill Pop never really connected. I never really connected with Kill Pop, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, that melody got stuck in my head. That bum bum ba da 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 da. But yeah, it's been all this time, and I still can't really get anything else in my head about that song. Amplified, man, Cypress just finds his way onto these songs and to these games. Like, he's in the street one, he's in here, he's gonna be in another Madden, he's gonna be like so many different places.
Maybe he's just
So
that type of artist that just touches every game. Like, he's just like, you know what?
like the Alice in Chains song.
Yeah. Might even hit 2K one day. You never know.
He might have already, and I just don't have the experience with 2K. So no.
Maybe.
Speaking of a band that makes a lot of appearances, well, both of them really. Korn with "Here to Stay" versus Lost Prophets, Shinobi versus Dragon Ninja. This seems like a freaking final round elimination here. How do these songs make their way to meet each other here?
It's kind of sad. I mean, it's probably the best matchup we're gonna get in round one, to be honest, because both of these songs could have easily won.
Might be. I will say this, that the last like 30 seconds of this song is 10 out of 10, 100 out of 100, 1,000 out of 1,000. Like, there's pretty much nothing better out of that. Is there better Korn songs though? I could argue that this Lost Prophet song is probably the best song that we'll get from them in any bracket. I don't know if I can say the same with Korn.
Because Korn does have a couple of songs in this bracket alone, right?
Well, I think this is their only one. At least here.
I think he had another one, or at least I thought he did.
They had a couple of them in the street games.
Oh, that's where, yeah.
And they're going to be found again in the other Madden ones too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, the street games. I didn't even know he had none. I forgot he had some in Madden, but I was thinking more about the street games.
And then Lost Prophets is in this one. They're in another racing game. Or, well, they're in Underground too. Need for Speed Underground.
Yeah.
They're also in the street game too. Yeah, this is my favorite one from them. I think I want to let this one go.
I think you can say you can find better Korn songs.
But, I mean, it's hard to... I wouldn't say it's hard, but this is a good Korn song. And if you like Korn, then this one will hit you in the right spots the same as well. Now we have Joan Jett with Bad Reputation versus the Distillers with Beat Your Heart Out.
Yeah. Beat Your Heart Out. What?
Really?
Wait. Let me rethink about that.
This was Ronda Rousey's intro music. This is also found in the first Shrek.
Wait, was that the because I might remember, because I'm kind of ashamed to say how many times I've watched Shrek in the last 10 years. So you might have just put me onto a movie tonight to fall asleep to. But now that I think about it,
this one is also found in a Tony Hawk game. And I do want to cover that series too.
That's the skateboarding games, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I forgot he even had games, to be honest. I thought he
he had so many games. Most of them are great too.
You know what? I'm gonna change my mind. We're going with Bad Reputations.
I would agree too. I just think that with this one, it's very repetitive. This one kind of suffers the same problem a little bit, but it's a little bit more enjoyable on the back end.
Kind of like that aftertaste type, you know. That's kind of what I like. Kind of how I grade the last songs mostly. Like, did it start good? Was it good in the middle, and then it finished good? And even if you did finish it, like literally, like as soon as you say your last lyrics, the song ends, or did like you finish it and then the beat goes on for a little longer.
With this one, I kind of feel like it's not I'm gonna look at this up before I say this real quick because yeah, it's 3 minute song, and I feel like you can listen to like the first like 40 seconds and then pretty much get everything out of the song. So that's why I'm kind of like more keen on letting Bad Reputation go. Just more iconic at the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah. Got a
All right.
connection.
Speaking of iconic, man, this is another great matchup. All right, we have the Mooney Suzuki with Alive and Amplified versus System of a Down with Science.
These are some pretty interesting names. Not that I'm like actually paying attention to this. Like these people chose some pretty like interesting names. They really did.
Are you familiar with System of a Down?
No. This is like now Zasuki. I think I've heard 2 songs of his. Um, and
I think this song was also found in the Madden as well.
it might have been one of the like good ones too. That's
Yeah, like Madden 05, Madden 04.
might have been because I'm not really familiar with those playlists because they were literally out before I was born, so I didn't really get to get amplified with them. But I'm pretty sure it was, or at least I'm like 50-50, maybe 60-40.
I'm kind of under the impression that you are familiar with System of a Down though, and you just haven't recognized them.
Probably because I listen
Because
to a lot of
you
different
should
people.
probably be familiar with Chop Suey.
Yeah.
I mean that song got memed so hard for a while. Like it'd be really impossible right now. Like even if you're not in the metal scene, like if you haven't heard of System of a Down at all, then you've been living under a rock.
To be honest, I
Now,
probably never
this
heard.
one, like this whole album that Science is off of, the Toxicity album,
Yeah.
it is one of the best like metal songs or metal albums like ever. This is the first one that got me into System of a Down. Like it wasn't Chop Suey, it wasn't Spiders, it wasn't Sugar, it wasn't Aerials, it wasn't Toxicity, it wasn't the prison song, it wasn't BYOB, it wasn't anything else. It was Science. And this was kind of like an in-betweener in that album. And yet it still just brings its own life to it. Now, speaking of bringing life, this is Alive and Amplified is another song in which you can unlock the music video for in the third game. And that's where you get to see like a lot of like flowers blooming and things like that. I don't know, they're both really fun in just their own unique ways.
Mm, after you've given me all of that, I'm gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna go with Science. I'm gonna go with Science. I'm gonna go with Science.
I'm okay with that because like I said, you can find this in another bracket later on.
Mm.
There's unfortunately not a ton of songs there's not a ton of games that System of a Down has been involved in. So the fact that they got included in here, I love that one. All right, now we have Acceptance with Permanent versus Less Than Jake. Motown Never Sounded So Good. And the answer 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Mm. Mm. Why does this seem easy to me?
It's Permanent.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. Mid Motown I remember listening to that, and in my mind, I was like, what am I listening to? You know, like 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 what where's the flavor at that I'm looking for? You know,
Um, Permanent is another song you can look up. You can buy the music video in the third game. It's just kind of like them playing. It's more of like a concert, like a live setting, as far as I remember, like on a black and white photo feel to it. But yeah, I can't think of the third game without thinking of this one. Like this is probably going to be a dark horse to win this entire bracket.
it just depends on who if it gets lucky enough to line up against some songs that's better. It is, and
Yeah,
out of it's like 8 songs. I'm not gonna name the 8 songs I could win because that then it take out the bracket. You might as well just put those 8 songs in the quarterfinals and all of that. But it's like 8 to 10 songs that I'm thinking about right now that I'm like pretty sure if it literally lined up correctly, he that could end up winning.
yeah. I mean, all right, let's get on with it though. And now we have Good Charlotte with Predictable versus Filter with American Cliche.
Predictable.
And this is kind of a turnaround for you because when we did the first street bracket, you eliminated the Good Charlotte song right away.
I did. Oh, I did.
Yeah, you just all right, or I'm gonna remove Let's Go. I'm like, wow. So what did this one do right for you?
It kind of see. Let's go. Kind of like I never really. I don't know. It's just some songs I never really like, no matter how many times I listen to it. I listened to Predictable the first time I liked it. Listened to it the second time and I liked it even more. And then the third time I was like, yeah, this is actually like a pretty good song. It's actually pretty good. And you know, only lead that Let's Go Unpredictable and maybe like one of the songs, probably the only song I probably heard from Good Charlotte. This is probably my favorite from them. I mean, like I said, I haven't really listened to much music from Good Charlotte, but if for right now, if I do end up listening to more from them, this would probably be my favorite.
Yeah, Good Charlotte was they were really ahead of their time, and people just didn't think about it um in that day, but they were really forward with their genre. Uh, so yeah, they have a lot of things that went right for them, and that they were pretty much able to chill out with the rest of their career. Filter with American Cliche, I I really like the song too, and for a while, I always thought this was like this is the song where he's gonna go, uh, last seat on the bus. Who you gonna trust? That one kind of got like numb to me. Like I was like, all right, I can kind of tune this out. But then that hook goes in, and then just the rest of the music that ding, like they have a really good build up. Filter is actually kind of like other band members from other bands that like grouped up together and formed their own band. Like this was like pretty much everyone else's side project. It's kind of weird to think about, and yet they still made good music together. Um, so yeah, I do like American Cliche. It's stuck in my head for a while. I'm actually going to let you take Predictable here, and I'll move on. All right. Excuse me. Now we have
Uh,
Bender with Superfly versus Cirrus with Stop and Panic.
Another Bender. Now, we kind of don't like having the same guy go into rounds with like multiple songs because it kind of takes away from stuff. But would you say this song is better than the last song that we graded?
First of all, it's better than Stop and Panic.
Yeah,
Um,
that is for sure. That is for sure.
it just It just fits everything more. Like I said, this was the one that got them a little bit more popular than Isolate. It's kind of a coin toss for me, honestly. I might just slightly go with Isolate, but Superfly is not going to be that far behind. But yeah, that's going to win out there. Nothing wrong with Sovereign Panic. It's just, yeah, that is what it is. Now we have Alien Ant Farm with Courage versus Midtown. So long as we keep our bodies numb, we're safe. This is another one that feels kind of easy for me.
Courage.
Yeah. See, Alien Ant Farm got a lot of flack for being kind of a one-hit wonder for when they did their recreation of Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal. And kind of in reality, they were the ones that made that song popular again for Michael. Which is really crazy to think about. And then, so because of that, they kept getting stuck under that thing. I was like, oh, dude, we make other music. So the fact that this is another good song that came from what is considered a one-hit wonder just kind of shows you like how different you had to be as a rock band at that time.
You know,
Because Courage is still good. Like you have Wish from another game too. And yeah, like they had some other good tracks. It's just it won't get recognized because it was never as big as friggin' a Michael Jackson song. Which, how can you blame them?
I mean, how can you really put that in the same category though? Like it's Michael Jackson. Come on. I mean, let's think about this. Michael Jackson could literally go to any country, have a show, and it gets sold out. The dude went to Germany and it got sold. I mean, can can you really put that with that and then say that's the reason that didn't get as popular because Michael Jackson kind of made something similar to that? Like
he could go to an actual alien ant farm and get popular over there.
I mean, it's Michael Jackson, guys, the king of pop. Now, even though some of the allegations he has, I separate the person from the music. I do that a lot. Okay,
Yeah,
if you got good
we've had to
music,
do it a few times here.
plenty of times, man. But Lord have mercy, some of these rappers and artists in general just don't know how to control themselves when they get some money. But yeah, man, it's just like how can you that's not really fair. That's like putting saying Drake London Catch wasn't as good because Julio did it, but he did it in a Super Bowl game. Like, okay, he did it, but it's Julio. How can you really compare that, you know?
Right. But that's what makes it all the more crazier is that they were responsible for making one of the Michael Jackson songs famous again.
And it got no credit for or minimum credit.
Well, they did get a lot of credit for it because you can look at their music video for it and it's got like hundreds of millions of views. But it's another artist that like they couldn't break themselves out of that mold. So really unfortunate, but during this time before they did that, it was really good. Now we have another first game matchup between Soundgarden with Spoonman and Anthrax versus Crush.
Crush.
I was gonna go Spoonman. What's your take with Crush? What did it for you?
I like the beat more and the melody, and it just the first. Well, no, because I didn't like the song at first. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't like the song at first, but then I replayed it again just to make sure I was not being like super. What's the word? Super.
Like cynical?
Yeah, yeah. Like just saying, "Oh, that sucks. I'm not gonna listen to it. I don't like it." I don't like to do that with a lot of music unless it's just like that bad. Unless it's just that bad to where like I just can't listen to it anymore. But then I listened to it again and I liked it and I like Spoon Man. Dang, Noah, now you got me thinking, man. Now you got me thinking.
I will say that Crush probably fits the first game better.
Yes. Yeah, it does. That is for sure. It does. He does. He really does.
Snowman's just a kind of a fun song. I don't know what the heck they were going on with the second verse with that one. Kind of a bit racist, but I mean, just the melody as is, it's pretty catchy. But yeah, I'm okay with going to Crush because I like Anthrax too.
That's actually the first song I heard from Anthrax too.
Yeah, well, probably won't be your last then. All right, now we have Dirty Americans with Burn You Down versus another Red Tape song with Dive Bomb.
How many Red Tape songs are in here? Jeez.
Red Tape was also in the Street series too, but they were one of the first exit guns.
Yeah, okay. I feel like Dive Bomb kind of takes this one for me.
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna meet each other. Which one would you like more, Dive Bomb or Golden?
Probably Golden. Probably Golden.
All right.
Because Dive Bomb I give like a solid 8, 8.5. Golden was like a solid 9.5.
All right. So now we have Ultra Spank with Click versus Alf Demar with Skin Receiver.
Probably got the
I
Click
hope
here.
I'm saying that right.
Off off. I'm not even gonna try to read that. Look, guys. I'm a great reader.
Skin Receiver. All right.
Yeah. Hey, Skin Receiver. That's the name.
And
But
you know what? Because of that, I'm gonna go with Click.
yeah.
I don't want to be cut trying to say it again and again. All right. We're just gonna let that one go. All right. So now we have Less Than Jake with Surrender versus Lost Prophets. We Still Kill the Old Way.
Surrender.
Yeah, I think this is a cover too. I don't know who the original song was made for or was made by, but yeah, Surrender is not like a song that was made by Less Than Jake. Less Than Jake, I don't know why, but they weirdly also pop up in a couple of other things too. Like they're also in another Madden. They've been here a couple of times. I don't know. They just find their way around these games. I'm gonna. I did say that like Shinobi versus Dragon Ninja is definitely the best Lost Prophet song, and I'm gonna confirm that by letting this one go through. So we'll go with that. Now we have Seven Dust with Denial versus Stereogram on and on.
Mm. Mm. I'll probably say on and on.
All right, I'm gonna give you one sentence, and it might change your mind.
What's that?
Seven Dust or Falcons fans?
Hey, you know what, guys? You know what? You know what? You know what? I think I'm gonna. Denial. Go on and go ahead. You might not win, but at least you're gonna get to the second round.
Yeah, we'll give you our respect because they made a Falcon song too. All right, two rap songs from the second game. Karashi with Stick 'em Up versus Black Alicious Paragraph President.
Stick them up.
All right. What is it for you?
Well, actually, hold on. Jesus. Actually, I'm not going to change heart. I'm going to go with PP. I'm going to go with PP. Mr. President, your paragraph made it through.
Have you tried um rapping alongside of Blacklicious here?
Um, once, once.
Dude, that second verse goes so crazy when you like think about like how you have to pronounce everything. Ugh. Because I mean, it's like right here. I have it pulled up. Just goes, hit you with the funk. It's like who cut the provolone. Government officials put taps on my mobile phones. Nations overthrown. On my own, on my zone. Print to leave it dome. Blowing poem after poem. Holmes Jones for the tones. Roam with me. Turn your motor on. Overall, this war just got it going on. Overgrown child, never growing old. So and no, poking nose, so the never knows. Whole overdose. Summer flows, those flows goes deep. Hold your nose, bros. Nose foes, yo. Don't sleep. Slow your roll. Show my soul. Total hold. Domination, don't you know? I'm not undercommon like a hammer worth of robo dope. It's the it's just so difficult, you know.
How do you rap like that? Like, how do you just kind of get all that memorized?
Hmm. Like I said, experience with the game.
I mean, like, there's even some songs in Madden that I've saved that I've listened to for years, and I still, it's maybe one song that I can rap word for word that I saved for Madden, and it'll probably be Magic.
Yeah, and then and this one doesn't keep it doesn't stop either. It's just leave your CD burning like grammar, stamina, blaze up your space. Plus, I got it on camera, anima, animal, animated landing, blow cleaning clocks, nothing left for the janitor. Punch up to your granddaughter, goodwill ambassador from another planet. I could kill and smash it up, and I won't stop, and I can't stop, can I? And it does had enough amateur. I ramming ya, feel a goat's horse slamming ya, hammering up every single time that I stand in a crowd of MCs backing up when I'm acting up on a frenzy after y'all yelling that's enough, and it tempts me that it does, and I'm glad it does. When I flip C's, spatula style stacking up many big threes, rappers on, never catching up, passing up, ride passenger is a black enough spectacular. Now you know who's attacking you, cracking up, mashing your top mind capturer. The
Yeah, there's now I remember and all of that.
Now, to be fair, I did say I was reading it, but you still got to get the flow right, and you still got to get everything out of your mouth. Ugh. So I think it's gonna go through. All right, so now we have Strung Out with Scarecrow versus Slipknot with Duality.
I want to hear your opinion on Scarecrow before I do this.
Like I said, I like Strung Out. Duality for the longest of times, was one of my favorite songs of all time. It doesn't matter what I think about it. I think it's still a solid song, but opening up this song or like opening up the third game, hearing this song every single time, nope, just core memory right there. Like that got me into Slipknot. That got me into all their albums. There's another one I bought. I bought the Volume 3 Subliminal Verses. Ended up buying the next couple of albums after that. Like, all thanks to this song.
Well, in that case, gonna take Duality.
All right. Now we have Thornley with Easy Comes versus Stereogram with Schmack. Schmack is another song that, again, you can't toggle on or off. It just kind of plays in the menu. And yeah, it's another Stereogram song.
I mean, this is what, the second one?
They're both from the third one.
No, I'm saying this is the second stereo.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, because we had On and On before.
Yeah. So Now, what I can say, the question is Easy Comes better than Mac? That's the question.
I would say yeah. Now it's weird because Thornley, they kind of sound like what really good Nickelback sounds like. And yes, there is really good Nickelback, and we'll get to them when we do other brackets in the future because they've got some really good like groove metal songs, and this fits right in. Like if you told me that this was Nickelback, I wouldn't have batted an eye. But then again, if you told me that Thornley made the Nickelback songs, I also wouldn't have batted an eye. They're just kind of cut from the same cloth as far as sound goes. But then again, with like Schmack here, it's kind of hard to forget the intro of that song. With the it's the same old guys in the same old house, grab around doing nothing on the same old cow.
You know what? I'm gonna go Easy Comes.
Yeah, I had another resurgence with the appreciating this one too recently. Now last one of the first round, we have Apollo 440 with Yo Future, and Riddling Kids with Pick Up the Pieces.
Pick up the pieces.
Yeah, it's pretty easy for that one. Another one that got stuck in my head for a while as a kid. Whew. And with that, we are on to round two. We spent so much time talking about all these ones, so now we can just go on and hopefully make this an easy thing moving forward, that we don't spend forever on this. But the first match is up is pretty difficult too. We have Garbage with Parade again versus Jurassic 5 What's Golden. Both from the second game. What's your thoughts?
This is a hard one, but I kind of had my mind set on it, so that I'll probably go with What's Golden.
I'm right there with you. But then again, I would say, guys, go ahead and listen to Parade and give it its flowers.
It is a
Because
pretty
that's
good
what's on the
song.
cover art. It's a really pretty song too. Now we had Jerry was a race car driver versus Make You Believe.
Jerry is gonna race his car to the third round.
That will happen. Now we have Ultra Spank with Crumble versus Chevelle with Tug of War.
Mm,
I'm saying Tug of War.
I was probably gonna go there. Crumble just it's like barely didn't make it.
Yeah. It's how it goes sometimes. Oh, crap. Now we have Billy and Cambria, Favorite House Atlantic versus Kill Radio. Do you know with Knife in Your Back?
Dang. Now, spoiler alert, both of these were in that top 10 I said could win. So, but there's the top 10 list. Um, um, let's go with Knife in Your Back. Wait. Never mind. We're going with a Favorite House Atlantic. That's what we're doing. That's where we're going.
Yeah, it's pretty iconic for me. I will say I didn't get to talk about this, but for the longest time, because in the game it's the censored version, uh, and you're probably thinking like, well, what did they censor? Well, they censored when he says shoot, and if you remember the part of the song, it goes, "Good sniper, here I shoot and you run. When you remove the word shoot, it sounds like the dude fell. Like it's just goodbye, sniper, and you run. It's like, what the heck happened?
Was he okay?
Just slipped on a banana peel or something? I don't know what was going on. I just always had fun with that thought. It's just, do I want to save? Do you know? I kind of do, actually. I'm going to save. Do you know?
Don't want to add that to my saves. Not yet.
I mean, I already have it in mind, so.
Oh, yeah. Well, then at that case, I think we're good.
Ooh, speaking of golden, it's going up against them bones.
Mm. Both of
Just remember,
both of
we're
these,
likely to come across this song again.
yeah. Both
So
of these
because
songs,
of that, I have no problem with going golden here.
yeah. Because
I don't even need to save it because, like I said, we're gonna come across it again in Madden. We're gonna come across it. I don't know if we're gonna touch the Guitar Hero stuff because that's a lot of music. If that's the case, I don't want to have this thing going forever. And
like
what we're doing is that we're kind of going with songs that complement a game experience, but in a Guitar Hero or Rock Band or kind of setting, that is the game and it's based off of those songs. So it's really hard to tell. Plus, I can't fit it cleanly in any kind of bracket because of how many song selections there are. I would just kind of say it doesn't fit this category. But yeah, I mean, we're going to find it again. So anything you have to say about Golden, we'll save it for the next bracket, which is going up against Straw Horse Atlanta versus Opportunistic Girl.
Atlanta
moves on again. This one's another fun one too, like I said. So don't have a problem with that. Now we have Crossfade with So Far Away versus Boom Shakalaka.
This is like very, very close. Like considerably
weirdly close.
Because they're both pretty good songs.
I think that So Far Away touched me emotionally more. But then Boom Shakalaka just makes the second game feel more fun. So I have no problem saving So Far Away. If we let Boom Shakalaka continue.
Yeah, I was probably going to have to go with that. Because So Far Away is a pretty good song. Like, that's a song I would listen to if I was, like, kind of just trying to get out of something, you know, or, like, in that type of mood. Boom Shakalaka, I can kind of, like, listen to it through all times.
It just fits like I said, it just fits the aesthetic of the game better. Not that So Far Away doesn't, because it definitely does. But I can enjoy it outside of the game just as much as I can within it. And that's what I'm really going for here. Whereas this song kind of made the experience of playing the second game. So now we have Shung Out with the Mephisto, excuse me, and then Cypress Hill with Amplified.
Amplified.
Yeah, I kind of agree there. Just a still solid track, but it's just we're in a really rock heavy stage. So some of it's got to go. Now we have Shinobi versus Dragon Ninja versus Bad Reputation.
Shinobi.
It's
not easy, but it's just like Shinobi's like clearly a better song.
It's not easy for different reasons, but oh my goodness. Oh no.
Why could this meet up in like the
System of
quarterfinals?
a Down with Science versus Acceptance with Permanent.
Why couldn't this like go in like the last round or something, or like quarterfinals? Because I feel bad that one of these songs are gonna have to stay in round two. That's the sad part. Because they're both songs that could win the entire thing. It's just how everything lined up.
Yeah, if we split up these like as like a separate bracket for each game, Science and Permanent would be like the top two selections for both of those games, and now they're going up here.
Mm-mm-mm.
One of these ones we're saving.
Oh yeah,
And it's
most
just which
definitely.
one do we let try to win this bracket particularly?
I'm probably have to go with System of Science. I mean, yeah, System of a Down.
Part of me is thinking Permanent though.
It's like
I think that
50-50.
you can enjoy Science, like I said, in the same way with So Far Away. I think you can enjoy Science outside of the game just as much. Whereas I
Permanent.
wouldn't have the memories that I do with the third game if it wasn't for Permanent.
Because we're also trying to figure out what song fits better for the. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. In that case, because I do have to remember we are doing this for the game and for like personal preference. Personal preference is Science, but it is a good song and it fits the game more. I'll probably have to go with Permanent, but I am saving Science though.
Yeah, by all means. All right, so that takes care of that spot. Now we have Good Charlotte with Predictable versus Bender with Superfly. Another pretty tough one.
Mm, Superfly.
So now what changed here?
I just think Superfly is a better song in my opinion. I don't know why. I think it's a better song.
Well, now I know who isn't predictable, and that's you.
Yeah, very much. Never let them know your next move.
All right, predictable wins. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Yeah, we'll let Superfly continue. Now we have Alien Ant Farm with Courage versus Anthrax with Crush.
Courage.
Oh yeah, about this one, I, I think this is the hook. If not, it's kind of like a kind of in between the hook when he says the "I never said you were a Mustang at all." So half the people hear mistake, other half of the people hear Mustang.
You probably have to
But I
put
love
those
the
steps.
fact that like the rest of it, no matter how you weigh, like I never said you were a Mustang at all. You got it all wrong. You're misunderstanding.
That is very, very
I like how
connecting.
we misunderstood a part of the like one of
The
those
whole
words,
lyrics.
and then he
Yeah.
just kept going with it.
Like I don't care if you know what I said or not, but hey, it's gonna sound good either way.
Yeah, that it does. All right, so now we have Red Tape with Dive Bomb versus Ultra Spank with Click.
Mm, Now remember what I said that that Red Tape's other song was better than Dive Bomb, but is it better than Click?
I'm gonna let you decide this one.
hmm. Swing bullets, man, because like Both of these are like similarly close. Like they're very close to each other. If I just wanted to go with my preference or what I like more, I would probably go with Dive Bomb.
Yeah, I'll let you have that. Kind of replaying that one in my head just now. Now we have Less Than Jake with Surrender versus Seven Dust with Denial.
Denial. Falcons fans,
Yeah,
you're gonna make it through.
that one's, and it's not even just for that, but it's like one of the top ones from the first game, and it's a really good introduction to the rest of their discography too. So it's like if you really like this one, you're gonna like most of their songs there too. Ooh, man, everything I just rapped about here, I'm sorry, it's not passing duality.
Yeah, no.
Man,
Mr. President, you didn't make it through.
yeah, it's such a good rap song though, but it just can't compete, and I don't feel like saving it. Now we have Thornley with Easy Comes versus Redland Kids. Pick up the pieces.
Let's pick up the pieces and connect them. Taking it to round 3.
I can respect that. All right, so now, okay, just back out over here. Round 3. What's Golden versus Jerry was a race car driver.
Jerry, you're going through.
Do you want to save What's Golden?
Yeah, we're doing that though.
Yeah, it's too good of a song to like not let it be featured for something else. All right. Chevelle with Tug of War versus Cody and Cambria at Favorite House Atlantic.
Mm. Hmm.
Man, these are pulling teeth.
Let's go with Tug of War.
Mm. If that's the case, I am saving my Favorite House Atlantic. Do that. Go there. All right. Now we have Golden versus Atlanta.
Dang it.
You've been the driving force between like this section too.
Yeah, for
So
both
you've
of
kind
these.
of built up this matchup.
Ugh.
So let's hear it.
Okay, they both fit the game perfectly. Let's go Golden. Let's go Golden because I don't think Dive Bomb is better than Golden.
Well, Atlanta, you had a good run. It's better than I can say about your Falcons team. All right. Going back to the second game, we have Boom Shakalaka versus Amplified.
Amplified is a better song than Boom Shakalaka. Boom Shakalaka is a good song, but it's not better than Amplified.
Yeah, I could take that. It just has more to offer. And like rap and rock, they work. Okay. They just work. That's like sweet and sour candy or sweet and salty trail mix or something like that. It's like you would think that these clash, but they just work so well. And this is one of the many examples of just a guitar riff or here or just something else going on behind some rapping. And that's all it takes. And you can really have a good time with it. Lost Prophets Shinobi versus Dragon Ninja versus a Permanent.
Shinobi.
Why you gotta say it so quickly?
Oh no, it's just Shinobi. I feel like is a top 5 song out of everything. Permanent's like in the top 10, but it's not like it's like at like 7, maybe 6.
If that's the case, I have more. I have one more slot open for me than you do, so I'm gonna save Permanent. And now I think that Acceptance is the only. Yeah, that's the only artist where you have a song saved from them, and I have a song saved from them.
Maybe he's just that good.
They really are. That's another album I've considered buying, or at least listening to again. Now we have Bender with Superfly versus Alien Ant Farm with Courage.
Oh, Bender has been. Does Bender have another song in here, or did we eliminate that already? Because I know he had 2 songs.
I don't remember saying isolate. I think we let it
Yeah,
go. Or
yeah.
no. You saved it.
Oh yeah, that's what happened. Okay. Man, oh man. If mm-mm-mm.
I will say this: I do kind of want the first game to have a little bit more representation than it does. We have enough games for the second one, or we have enough songs for the second game to go and make it through those other rounds. I'm perfectly fine with sending Superfly there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, we can say that, Isolate might have been the better song by Bender, but it just met such a tough matchup that we could try to let the other one win. And yeah, we'll just go from there. Now we have Dive Bomb versus Denial.
Wow. Yeah.
Your answer
Right.
started with a D, and I had no idea what you were going to say.
Yeah, 'cause I was about to say dive bomb. I was, but then I had to think about it before I just blurted out something. Because Golden is literally in the next round with this. So we're going into quarterfinals after this, right?
It might meet it. Yeah.
Might just see a dive bomb and Golden is just because well, I mean we've already said Golden was better, but like I don't think dive bomb is better than Denial. That's the thing.
Well, then we can let Denial go through. See no harm in that.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and do that. Now we have Slipknot with Duality versus Picking Up the Pieces. 1, 2, 3.
Duality.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the quarterfinals. Jerry's race car driver versus tug of war.
Dre raced his car to the semifinals.
He never did win no checkered flags, but he never did come in last.
Never did. Take a War's a good song, but I just don't think he'll win. Like out of any of the songs and stuff, I just don't think he'll win.
I just got to remember if there's other Chevelle stuff in other games. It's so
Mm,
weird because they have like really good tracks. And this is another one where it's like most people don't know them for this song.
so they probably do end up having another song in some other spot.
I I I'm hoping so. I just can't recall. But I mean, Primus is fantastic. Like I said, go ahead and listen to their album. You really won't find that bad of stuff. They actually did a whole what would you call it? It's like an album dedicated to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah,
Like you don't see that every day.
not at all. At all.
I'm gonna go ahead and save Tug of War though, just because I like it so much. I can't bear to see it just leave easily that way. So I might
Yeah.
have to play it later. All right, now we have Golden versus Amplified.
Uh, I'm gonna have to go with Golden. Oh, but wait a minute. Hold up. Isn't if I'm right, Golden and Jerry was a race car driver are gonna meet up next round, right?
Yep.
Oh wow. Yeah. Well, I'll get to thinking about that. That'll be a pretty good matchup.
So you're fine with letting Amplified walk?
Yeah, but I will save it though. I will save it though.
All right. All right. So now that's taken care of. Now we have Shinobi versus Dragon Ninja versus Superfly.
Um, I'll let you decide this one because for me it's a tie, and I'm being so honest. This is a straight up tie. You hear me?
Yeah. I'm
Um,
just thinking. I might go with here. Is that all right?
yeah.
Because I'm not saving anything. Oh, that sucks. Anyways, now we have Seven Dust with Denial versus Slipknot with Duality.
And the duality's going by. Only reason Denial made it past because we're gonna have two red tape songs going into the semis.
I mean, it's not like it was going to stand a chance over here, anyways. All
Yeah.
right. So now we are in the semifinals. Let's go ahead and try to get that. That's it. All right. Jared's Rescue Driver versus Golden.
Mm. Man, oh man. Man, oh man.
I really have to see if this was like in a NASCAR game or
Yeah,
something.
please, because there's no way that this is the only game it was in. There's just no way. Um, I'm gonna let you choose this one. I'm gonna let you choose this one because to be honest, for me, either one could go through, and I couldn't be mad at it.
Here's the thing: is that at some point, the conversation might be, I might have to eliminate this song just for the simple fact that it's not talking about off-road racing.
Yeah, literally,
And that's
like this is
that's
the,
that's like, yeah, it's a racing song. It's a perfect racing song,
but
but
it's
it's
about
just
the
not
wrong
an
racing.
ATV song.
Yeah, it's about the
And that's
wrong
what's
racing.
so weird. Like, I love Primus, and if you're familiar with Primus, then you'll agree Primus sucks. That's their inside joke. Don't worry. Um, I'm still gonna let it go through, but that's just a conversation we're gonna have in the future.
In about 3 minutes, maybe two.
Yeah. All right. Well, Shinobi versus Dragon Ninja versus Duality.
I'm leading duality, but then I'm thinking, what, how good was Shinobi?
I've got my answer set. I think it's just a
No,
matter of, do you want to save Shinobi versus Dragon Ninja for something else?
nah, nah.
So it's gonna go like almost down to the semifinals, and it's not gonna be saved.
I mean, well, let me think. What song do I say? I have amplified saved. I have.
So you saved just in this bracket alone, Isolate, Science, What's Golden, and an Amplified. And then I have saved Do You Know, So Far Away, Favorite House Atlantic, Permanent, and then Tug of War.
I think
We
Shinobi could
both
take that.
saved we both saved 12 songs in total out of all three brackets so far.
Okay.
So we still got to get a bit of space to it.
I think I can take out what's golden and put Shinobi in there.
I mean, you don't have to take it out.
Well, oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, so we're well no, because then it's like, well, do I want to save duality or Jerry?
Oh, Duality's moving forward. Like,
You know what I'm
to
saying? Like,
me,
do I want
I'm moving forward here.
I was saying like whoever loses in the finals, that's what like.
Well, we got to figure out
Mm,
what's gonna win.
yeah, true. Okay, I'll let you know if I'm saving Shinobi at the end. I'll let you know.
Okay, because at the moment it's gonna go down to Primus versus Slipknot. Jerry was a race car driver versus Duality.
Okay, so like we were saying 3 minutes. Wow, I would literally said 3 minutes. So like we were saying 3 minutes ago, um, who Jerry was a race car driver is about racing. It's literally perfect for the game, but it's not about the right racing or the right cars or vehicles. This game is about ATVs, dirt bikes, four wheelers, those type of off road. Jerry was a race car driver. Is literally talking about race cars. Like what you see on, Indy 500s and all of that. And Duality was one of those songs where it kind of it stood out. And
I would say, real quick, both of these music videos you should check out.
I was about to say I've seen Jerry, but that one was just the straight up cover one. Like that was just like the official audio video. But I
Yeah,
will check
this
them both
one,
out.
so, uh, Primus, they're a weird band, and you gotta love them for it. So just be prepared.
I'm always prepared, man.
Well,
Oh,
I you'll understand what I mean. I mean, actually, if you want to stick around after our bracket is done, and I'll show it to you here. Another thing I'll say about Duality is that I I think I have to go back to the music video because there's a comment made by someone that was a part of the set, and I think that was like they rented out either they rented a as the story goes, or as I remember the story, they rented out a house that a fan allowed them to rent out. And they trashed that house so fantastically. There's so many people in there just wrecking stuff. They broke through the second floor.
Oh,
Um, and yeah, that's how many people that were there. And that way you get to see like Slipknot's personality as well. And yeah, it's insane. It's like I said, it easily topped one of my favorite songs of all time. Even now, I can't let it easily leave right here.
yeah, yeah.
And like I said, this was the intro to the third game, so that's what also kind of let it stuck in my head. That's why I like driving. You know, that's why like it's not because of Prime. It's not because of any of these other songs. It's because I heard Duality and I saw the music video or like the intro video to the third game, of where it's like you're just driving freely on a dirt path on an ATV, just you and the world, just nothing else holding you back. And I love that feeling. And that's what allowed me to enjoy that game for what it was.
You know, after saying all of that, I think to win the best song out of this game, I think we're gonna go with Duality to win it all. But I will be saving Jerry was a race car driver.
Go ahead. Will you be saving Shinobi versus Dragon Ninja?
Can I save both?
But listen, when you're gonna have to go through your own bracket, you can save both, but you're gonna make it tougher for yourself in the future.
True.
But that is what we're here for, though.
I feel like I'm gonna find better songs that I want to save than Shinobi. I feel like I am. I have that what's the word?
Gut feeling.
Yeah, that gut feeling that I'm gonna find some better songs.
And I feel good about this.
Yeah, I do.
We got to, we got to let some other songs and other bands get their moment of shine here. Um, I'm okay with this one being the final song to represent the first game, and I'm okay with this one being the final song to represent the second game.
Well, very much.
Like I think that fits. So yeah, but there's a lot of great music here, as you mentioned. And then, like I said, there's other stuff that I couldn't even add in here. I don't know if they would have won. They probably wouldn't have, but they would have made some other matchups in here in the round one a little bit more interesting.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So
Most definitely.
whew, yeah, that's gonna do it here. We're gonna move on to another series. Trey, if you had an idea as to which one you would want to do, because it's gonna be your turn next, what would it be?
So I told Noah this before we went on live, but it was either between 2K, probably the old like 15, 16, 17, and then UFC 2, 3, and 4. Or well, actually, let's just do let's not cut out the first one. We're gonna do UFC the first one and 2 and 3. So I'll let him know.
If there's enough space, I
Well,
gotta
yeah,
do.
yeah,
I'll let you check that out. That way, I don't get spoiled for anything.
because both. I'm not gonna
You
lie.
just let me know if it can fit in cleanly, or if we have to remove a couple songs, and then if we do have to, I'm letting that be your decision.
Oh yeah, we're probably gonna have to. I'm just being for both of those songs. I mean, both of those games.
I and at some point I will bring the fourth ATV Off of Fury game into it. The only other notable song that I know of is something I've already saved, and that was Lamb of God with Redneck. So I owned the fourth game for a little bit, couldn't really get it to play, kept freezing on me, so then I abandoned it, and because of that, I never realized that that was a part of that game. So kind of interesting. I still think that it would have, had the same results in the street bracket, but yeah, it's a weird one. Anyways, I think the next one we'll go to is, like I said, the first three UFC games, and after that, I gave Madden kind of a bad rap the first time around. I'm gonna let it have its revenge, and the next time we cover Madden, I'm gonna cover Madden 10, Madden 11, and Madden 12
Perfect.
as a contrast to 2021 and 22, and then we'll go from there. All right, so that's gonna do it. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you decide to watch this back, and we will see you the next time we do this.
Let's do it.
Trey, go ahead and stick around though.
I got you.